My name is Lely WCS. First of all, I'm very happy to be here because before I have a problem to communicate. I was afraid to stand in front of people to express myself. I decided to go to Westchester Community College and they guide me. Now I feel happy. I feel that thing motivate me to stay at school. I can now impress people. I well organized, and then I feel this is the best place for me and studying communication.
My name is Jermaine Mark Anthony Reed, and I'm from Mount Vernon, New York. I've been taking communication courses semester after semester, just trying to enhance my interpersonal skills and trying to communicate, because that's pretty much the key in life. This class, it's pretty much brought out more confidence, I would say, in me. We talk every day, and Professor Spina, she's been amazing, helping ease us into communicating and what not to do and what to do. And I'm just trying to get better day after day. Another thing I would love to expand on is my vocabulary. I think vocabulary is key in anything. Did I say, can I say? Persistence. Sorry, okay. So let me go over that.
My name is Shania Jackson. Communication is everything, from your words, your body language, with me, my facial expressions, because I have so many. So a skill that's very valuable to me that contributes to, competent communication is definitely listening, because that is important to all of us, having a voice and being heard.
I'm Tato Mufukeng, originally from South Africa. Kitabile haile mo unzonguka kitabela Professor Spina. So for my career in cybersecurity, we have a lot of conferences, and then we stand and speak in front of people and give a presentation. The skills that this class helped me is to become more confident in standing in front of people. She really taught me how to, not be shy, just be myself. So now I'm very comfortable, and I know that I can do it.
I'm Suzanne. I'm from New York. I was not one to more or less communicate much due to the fact that I was more of a loner. So I kept to myself. So it's not really easy to open up to other people. The first day, it just more or less just changed my old perception of what communication was. It was so easy for me to open up and communicate. My fear of not looking people in the eye is because I think that what I say doesn't really matter. I started going to school as a full-time student because it was my goal that once my first child finished school, that I would show myself that I am able to do it also, because I did not get the opportunity growing up.
My name is Marcello Kukic, and I'm from New York. My mom and my dad are both from Albania. Unë kam emrin Marcello, jam nga Korça, jam 18 vjet. So I speak Albanian only with my grandparents, but with my mom and my dad and my brother and my sister, it's usually a mixture of both. So without being able to talk to one another and being able to express how you feel, then you'll not have much out of life and everything. So I feel like this class has helped me realize that communication is obviously something you could be born with too. But I feel like it made me realize that it's something that you can actually work on.
My name is Alexandria Pascal, and I'm from the Bronx. So communications was important to me because I actually want to be a public relations manager, and everything is so based on social media. I need to learn how to communicate because my generation is based on social media. I'm usually uncomfortable talking about certain things, and when I'm uncomfortable, I just, okay, I'm leaving. But when I was in class, not forced, but it was a comfortable way to talk about things. I can say whatever I want. So as I'm working for the Board of Elections, I actually want to teach people things, because people don't know simple things. Even me, before I started working and stuff, I was I'm not voting, I'm not doing this. But now I'm okay, I could vote for a district leader, and I could vote for a president, I could do whatever I want.
Desiree Smith, live in Mamaroneck. I'm from Long Island. I learned publicly speaking that I have some weaknesses where I tend to, I tend to stutter a little bit, just like now. It taught me to kind of slow down my pace of speaking, to speak to think before I speak, to not react emotionally. Social media, I think, can bring people together and it can also tear people apart. I think when you have social media, you can share anything you want at any given time, and it has the power to tear up friendships, especially when there's political discussions. But when you're dealing with a real life situation that can make or break a relationship that you have, whether it's with a friend, a family member, or a romantic partner, that's where I struggle myself, and I'm trying to change that. I'm working on that, so.
My name is Jordan Davis, and I'm from New Rochelle, New York. I actually have real good communication skills. I'm very talkative, but at the same time, I can be very introverted, I guess. How to interact with, one, two, or amongst a whole group, it gave me better skills. A lot of people do a lot of talking and things, but the most important thing is you have to hear before you talk. In my job, I speak to like all types of people. I speak to older people, kids, young teenagers. So, every day I get a different diversity of people. Every day I try to use a new word. That's why maybe sometimes I have a little hesitation moment, because I always try to use like a different word, like maybe that I've never used, and that can become in my daily vocabulary. If you stay closed off, you'll never be able to like experiment and get out there in the real world.
I am Nerea. I am from Albania. I'm Albanian. I'm 18. Yeah. Unë jam Nerea Doka. Unë kom marrë në Amerikë që 3 muaj. I think that Americans should include like other languages in high school because they made us do that. We had to do that in high school, so we had to learn other languages. The class taught me to be more open and like be more confident. I learned how to make new friends.
Harris Thomas, Yonkers, New York. Communication is important because it's about being heard and about being listened to. I think those two things don't necessarily go hand in hand for most common sense people, because you can be heard, but did you really listen to what I said? Or were you listening, but did you really understand? I guess I've gotten that a lot, that I use words that are unnecessary or in conversation that some wouldn't understand, but that's just how I've always spoken. My family had me read the dictionary a lot, so. I think being told that I have a serious demeanor is something that I've constantly heard. I definitely feel that it's a both good and bad thing, but at the same time, I'm hip to it. It's not something that I haven't heard.
My name is Albert Marmol. I am from Dominican Republic, living here in Westchester County. Well, actually, communication is actually going to be very fundamental for my future and my outcome. I'm a supervisor for a rebar factory and manufacturer, and I also work for a pharmaceutical company in the evenings and nights. So I'm literally communicating, exchanging ideas, paperwork with nurses, RNs, other engineers, contractors. One thing that I actually enjoyed very much, we had an assignment on The King's Speech, which is a movie, which is based on speaking, and I saw the whole process from with the speech therapist and the sessions and how he built his confidence. We did a presentation, a group presentation. First time working with others, and it was actually fun. Journey's not ending, it's a journey you take with you to your grave. You'll never know what tomorrow puts in front of you. But in terms of this course, I loved it.
My name is Jetta. I do try to push myself. So at work, we communicate a lot via message, email. I don't believe I speak too much. Sometimes I don't speak enough, in my opinion. So this class will definitely help me break out of that, shyness. People actually think I'm like stuck up or, just not approachable. But I'm actually not like that. So once they get to know me, then they, figure that out on their own.
I'm Nick from Yonkers, New York. I believe I have that initial butterfly syndrome, I guess you can call it. At first, I do not like talking in front of people, especially strangers. Yeah. Class has given me the confidence I've needed to stand up in front of groups, or even, interpersonal groups where we're working together, and just be able to communicate effectively. The biggest thing to overcome is finding your personality. That's a big thing. It took a lot of years for me personally to find myself and to find my comfort zones when it comes to communicating with others. Like I said, a lot of trial and error goes into becoming an effective communicator.
My name is Nicole Dennis, and I'm from Yonkers, New York. I work with people who have developmental disabilities, so I have to speak a little slower, go over what I'm saying. Just because someone has a disability, they might not be on the same level as their partner in their classroom. So it's taking your time out to individualize how you're speaking to each person, and that was a very important piece during this course. Having that basis of learning how to have an opening, a body, and a conclusion while you're speaking.
My name is Jacqueline Stokes, and I'm from Yonkers, New York. I think good communication skills will help me by being able to speak with parents more clearly, speak with the children in front of a classroom. I do plan on being a teacher, so I think it will help out a lot. Coming from a big family, we are all very loud. We all get our point across. There's no choice. Taking communication has helped me realize that I'm able to speak in front of a group more clearly than I thought. It helped me to take away any self-doubt.
I'm Adiel. I'm originally from El Salvador, and I live here in Yonkers, New York. As a bilingual growing up, I didn't think that it hindered, Some people viewed you as lower because you couldn't communicate that well at first, and later on it slowly dies out as you are able to speak and effectively communicate and voice. It's more that I have to kind of identify if the person is willing to listen first, because I don't want to speak and not be heard. I feel that I came here with one goal, and it was more to understand why certain things that I will try to communicate with people will get misinterpreted, and kind of try to see them in their part, because I'm more of a person that wants to see things as a whole.
My name is Nadej Estelle Ramirez, and I live in Yonkers. Well, my mother actually went to school. She's an immigrant from here, and she came when she was 21 and didn't know any any English. And she actually went to school and got her degree as a speech therapist. So when I was younger, I actually learned with her how to enunciate words. Being bilingual with any other languages actually looked as to an advantage. Before, it was just stereotyped. You speak another language, that means you're not American. But now, recently, it's almost like you want more money, you better learn another language.
My name is Mariam Ali, and I was born here. My parents were born here, but we were originally from Yemen. I tend to overthink and lose confidence when I'm speaking in public in front of large groups of people, and this course has actually helped me a lot, and I feel more confident in front of everyone. She taught us not to overthink and be calm and confident, and even though you're nervous up there, not everyone can see it, and they only know what you allow them to know. I believe that there's a lot of misrepresentation of the hijab and Muslims in general in the media, and the reason why I wear it is because I believe that it brings me closer to God.
My name is Anthony. I'm from Yonkers. I was pretty nervous to take this course. Communication really isn't my strong point. There's a lot of anxiety buildup for it, and I didn't really want to take it. This course has helped a lot just by getting to know the people more, and I was able to talk to them. Like the first day we had a classroom exercise, and I got to know people, and it helped a lot to get comfortable with people. I think everybody should take communication. It really helps get to know people and the methods to be able to talk to people.
My name is Giovanni Mendez, and I'm from Mexico. I feel like communication could open a lot of doors for you, especially if you know how to speak to other people. Like, you can make connections. If you're just quiet and you don't like to talk, then who's gonna listen to your voice? Who's gonna listen to your ideas? I work with you, they see me, they don't think I know English or something, and I'm like, okay, here, this is how we gonna do it. And I always take leadership, and they're like, oh, they just be surprised, but I always take leadership in all the work that I do at work. This class has taught me was speaking in front of a large number of students. That was always my one of my problems, speaking to a large number of people. But during this class, with the help of Professor, she has helped me overcome that fear. You have your voice, and if you don't believe you have a voice, then nobody else is gonna believe you have a voice.
My name is Dee Rabadi, and originally I'm from Jordan. My professor knows that I am a real estate broker, and I also own business. And I honestly, with this class, I think it's fantastic. It's not just for people attending WCC should take it. I think it's a must for everyone. It helped me a lot to realize how important it is to learn how to listen if you want to become a good speaker. But you know what's the most important thing I learned, that I'm so happy? I'm so happy that everyone has a voice. It means a lot to me that even though we have different voices, we're different in our ideas and thought, but instead of I think about it as a negative, I do believe this is what actually make perfection. Instead of I feel, I have different voice than you, so I'm incomplete. But as a group, I think it's complete picture.
One word that has to do with my challenge as far as communication would definitely be resilience. Resilience.
Motivation.
Persistence.
Compassion.
Happy.
Energy.
Evolutionary. I'm a work in progress.
Ethics.
Confidence.
Incredible.
Persistence.
Understood.
Confidence.
Journey.
The one word that embodies me is courageous.
Adaptable.
I would say adaptable.
My one word was survivor.
Motivated.
Plucky.
Optimistic.
Progress. Perseverance.
So I went with betterment.
Evolve.
I think of fulfillment.
It's inconsistency.
Progress.
Blissful.
Ellipses.
Believer. We have to believe in ourselves a lot. We have to believe nothing is impossible. But of course, they're gonna need a lot of hard work and determination too.